What is up, guys? So yes, last night was Gamescom and the PlayStation conference. I was really looking forward to it. I wanted to find out more about the PS4. Ultimately, I wanted to find out a release date. So I'll go through kind of all the main big features that they announced and to kind of give you my thoughts on those. So it started off really by talking about the PS3 and the PS Vita, really, to kind of showing some love for those before the PS4 comes and takes over. So with the PS Vita, we did get a lot of news. The main feature though is the fact that they showed off how the PlayStation 4 and the PS Vita can kind of work together with remote play, so you can play any PS4 game, I think more or less any PS4 game, on your PlayStation Vita via Wi-Fi. So they showed a live demo of someone playing Assassin's Creed 4. They were playing it on the PS4, and then the gameplay kind of switched up and someone was playing it on a Vita, and it looked the same. There was no sort of graphical difference that I could see anyway. The gameplay was still running great, so it looks awesome. That's a very good feature, I think. So say if someone was to come and watch TV or something while you're playing a big epic game like Assassin's Creed, you can carry it on in the palm of your hands. So I think that's a very handy feature. There was a PlayStation Vita price drop again, which is, there was a lot of love for Vita at this conference, I have to admit, and it really did hype me up because I do want a Vita, but there hasn't been any reason for me to buy one really yet. There's a couple of good games on there like Uncharted, Killzone and Resistance, but I know that once I played those it would start gathering dust. But I think with a PS4 I don't think I would really get bored of it, because it gives me another way of playing my PS4 games, that I can sit down and play them without having to watch a TV. If the TV is being used for something by someone, I can carry on playing it wherever I want, so that's a very good feature. There was a lot of focus on indie games at this conference as well, for the PS4 and the Vita, and I really like the way that Sony kind of have involved a lot of indies with all their conferences and major announcements and stuff, because it shows that the PlayStation brand is very easy to create for if you're an indie developer, and as us as consumers and gamers, we've got a lot of games to choose from. I think they said something like the Vita has 900 games that you can choose from, including all these indie games. So again, that's a monstrous library of games that you can play, just by adding the fact that indie game developers can easily develop for the PlayStation brand. So I'm really looking forward to all these indie games coming out. I think they did show a lot of indie games come in. The main one for me, the one that really stood out for me, was a game called Rime, and it really looked like a cross sort of between Ico, Journey and Wind Waker, the Wind Waker sort of art style. It really looks like something like Team Japan would make, like Ico and Shadow of the Colossus, and that really did look cool. Apparently it's some sort of open world adventure. It really looks kind of really interesting. I definitely recommend you check out the trailer if you haven't seen it. It's called Rime, spelled R-I-M-E, so I'm really looking forward to that. That's my sort of biggest indie game that was announced. Now, I did a video a couple of weeks ago saying that Sony had 30 exclusive games in development, and of course this didn't mean 30 AAA titles like Uncharted and God of War, stuff like that. This did involve indies, and they did say they were going to announce a lot of these at Gamescom, and they did. They did show a lot of these indie games, which I can't remember all of them. I noted a few down, but like I said, Rime was definitely my standout one. There was a game called Shadow of the Beast as well, which apparently is a remake of a very old game, which I'm not too familiar with, but I have to admit that did look very good. I liked the sort of the way you play as some crazy beast. It looks like sort of God of War style hack and slash thing, which looked very good. A little bit of love for the PS3. There was a PS3 12GB price drop, so the 12GB version is going to be down to, I think it's at $199, which again is good because there's still a lot of love for PS3 this year. There's a lot of good games coming out for it, so people are still going to be wanting that. What else was there? Borderlands 2 is coming out on the Vita as well. That's another big game coming to the Vita, again another selling point. Kind of moving on to the PS4 then, they showed that the Playroom, that's going to be sort of PS4's version of Kinect and sort of iToy game thing. That's going to be on every PS4 console at launch, so that's good to see. So if anyone gets the PS4 camera, we've got the Playroom to use straight away on there. That looked great. We've got an infamous Second Son trailer, again looks a great game, can't wait for that. Killzone Shadowfall multiplayer footage, that was looking very strong. I'm looking forward to delving into that as well. PlayStation Plus as well, you get a free 14-day trial when you get your PS4, so again that gives everyone a chance to get PS Plus, which also, don't forget, gives us the chance to play Drive Club for free as well, which is going to be very good. Everyone's going to be sort of getting PlayStation Plus really, because you do need it to play online now, but to give us that 2 weeks free is very good. So I'll be definitely getting PS Plus very soon. There was Ubisoft, a lot of love for Ubisoft at this conference as well. Obviously Sony and Ubisoft are kind of joined forces at the moment, and there's a lot of exclusive stuff for Sony gamers. In Assassin's Creed 4 there's exclusive Aveline missions with the new assassin Aveline, who was in the PS Vita Assassin's Creed game, I think. So that's going to be very good to play as her. There's some exclusive missions in Watch Dogs as well, which is going to be great. Apparently as well, I don't know if I heard this wrong, there's going to be a Watch Dogs movie, which kind of caught me off guard, but I suppose I'm up for it, because the plot of Watch Dogs looks very good, so yeah, I'm up for a movie. What else was there? Minecraft is going to be a launch game as well. I know that Minecraft is very, very popular. I've never really kind of looked into it myself. It doesn't look like my sort of game, but still I know it's popular, and that's another plus point for the launch of PS4. There's going to be a discounted PS4 versions of multi-platform games if you buy them on the PS3 and they're available on PS4 and you want to get them on PS4, you can get them at a cheaper price. So say if you bought Assassin's Creed 4 on PS3 and you want to experience the PS4 version, you can download it on the PS4 at a much further reduced price, which is a very good feature, I thought. Ultimately though, this was a big build up to the release date of PS4, and they announced that it's the 15th of November in the North America and the 29th of November in Europe. Now, coming from Europe, I am a little bit disheartened that I'd have to wait 2 weeks after American guys, but it's not too bad, because I know there's still a lot of huge games that I'm still going to be playing on the PS3, like Batman, Beyond Two Souls, GTA 5, so I'm gonna be busy playing those games. But I'm not too saddened by the fact that it's coming out in late November. I think that's a good release date. But you guys in America, you're very lucky. You're going to be getting that early. So overall, I thought it was a decent conference. There wasn't kind of monumental. There wasn't nothing huge announced like Uncharted or God of War. There was no big announcements. But what we did get is ultimately we got a release date, which is what we all wanted, and plus we got to see loads of awesome little indie games as well, and a lot of love for the PlayStation Vita. So I do think it was a strong conference. It increased my hype for the Vita, and it also increased my hype for the PS4 by announcing the release date and everything, and showed me some great indie games which I'm looking forward to as well. So I thought it was a good, strong conference. So leave your thoughts down below on what you thought of the whole conference, guys. I thought it was great. But yeah, that's about it for the video, so I'll see you on my next one. Thank you for watching.